So, hello everybody. Welcome to another Learn English with Football live show on Teachers Danek YouTube channel. And as always, we have fantastic guests with us here today, and they are none other than Noop and Clive. Hi, boys. How are you
Good
today?
evening.
Hey, great, yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, you'll find out why I'm not great in a moment.
So, just to remind everyone, this is a show which I record every Monday, and it is about football, especially the Premier League. And as we discuss this fantastic league, the best league in the world, in my opinion, we're gonna throw in some interesting vocabulary, which I will occasionally explain. I will do the teachy stuff a bit as well. But as always, we should tell our viewers where they can find our guests. So we have got Noop here. Noop, where can our viewers find you? I'm asking you because I haven't.
Just in this
Go.
platform, wherever there's Daniel, there'll always be me. So just hop in, yeah, more or less.
Yeah, I asked you. Normally, I would
Otherwise,
just put it up on the screen, but I can't.
uh,
Okay, here we go. Noop's Instagram
Yeah.
profile. Here we go. You guys can
Sure,
follow
yeah.
in Noop. Still studying medicine at the medical school.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. By the way, how is your allergy? You told me that you've been suffering
Yeah.
from allergy. So how is that?
Oh, yeah. It's actually much better. Although, I was taking quite strong medication, which were making me feel sleepy almost all the day.
Okay.
But yeah, actually, it was pretty bad. I couldn't even speak for long. I had crazy. Actually, I have asthma to the pollen, and yeah, since it's the pollen season, it just became so bad that I couldn't even do anything aerobic when I think
Oh,
of
right.
it. So I was just
You like
home for 1 week doing
cardio and stuff.
nothing.
Hmm.
Yeah, it
Well,
was pretty bad.
hopefully Arsenal didn't make you sleepy. Obviously, that's the team you support, Arsenal.
Yeah,
And we also have Clive here, a West Ham fan. Hi, Clive.
Hi, how
So
are you?
I've already told you hi. Why did I say hi twice? I don't know. But this is your channel.
Thank you. Yeah,
This is your channel, Greenstreet Elite. So how is that coming along?
yeah, it's coming along really nicely. It's mainly a channel about West Ham, but it's more about the fans more than the actual club itself. You know, it's more.
Yeah.
I tend to explore more about why people are a West Ham fan, how they got involved, and how long, and the games they've been to, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's
Fantastic.
mainly a fan-based fan channel.
Yeah, I love it. So Greenstreet Elite. Yeah. Okay. And as always, we are here to talk about football. So where do we start? Well, we've got our classic rubrics or sections, let's say. And the one we're going to start with is called Hero of the Week. And here is the jingle. No, I got it wrong. Matches we
Yep.
have seen first.
Matches of the week.
we have seen.
Yeah,
Don't put the cart before the horse, Zdenek. So, Noop.
I watched West Ham versus Arsenal and highlights of Everton and Chelsea.
Okay,
Okay.
That's all pretty much, yeah.
yeah, that's good enough. You, Clive?
Well, true to form, I've only watched the West Ham Arsenal game. I tend to be quite busy at weekends and get very little time to sort of watch the rest of the games. Although I make a point of watching all West Ham games when I can. So it's the only game I've seen.
Okay, well, fantastic. So obviously that makes it even a better show tonight because we've got an Arsenal and West Ham fan. And as you guys know, to make it even more interesting, I am torn between these two teams. I like them both. I don't know which one I like more at the moment. It used to be Arsenal, but now it's hard to say.
I think our last two seasons' form has probably swayed you towards West Ham a little more.
Yeah, and it's just obviously as a Czech guy, I tend to watch the Czech boys how they do in the Premier League, and it makes me feel, I guess, proud to see them play well, and that's how it started. But it's more than that, because I can feel the positivity from the West Ham fans. I just love the atmosphere, the fans, and yeah, it has swayed me. You're right.
Yeah.
So here we go. I said don't put the cart before the horse because I messed up the sections. So it means if you put the cart before the horse, that means you do things in the wrong order. Yeah. Okay. And the matches I have seen. So I started off with, traditionally I tend to watch the first Saturday game, whatever it is, and that was Newcastle Liverpool. That was the early Saturday game. And then, for some reason, I ended up watching Watford Burnley. I think that was the best game out of those three that were on at 4 p.m. my time.
Yeah.
And that was an interesting game for sure, because a relegation battle. Then I saw the first half of Leeds Manchester City game. I also saw the first half of Tottenham Leicester game. And more importantly, I obviously saw the West Ham Arsenal game. That's the game I focused on the most. And yeah, that's that. So let's move on to our heroes of the week. Here we go. So, Clive, let's start with you.
Okay. I have two, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
Yeah. So my first hero this week is going to be David Moyes, for obvious reasons, but for no more important reason than he is a really well accomplished liar. He'll come on to a news one of these news conference, and he'll say, "Oh, there's no way I'm going to risk playing, Kurt Zuma twice in a week," and he played twice in the week. So but he is my hero of the week, regardless of me having a joke about him. He has, he's kind of lifted the expectation of the fan base, but not excessively. We're now looking at, a really important game on Thursday, which isn't a Premiership game, but nonetheless, it's probably the most important game that West Ham are going to play in the next in the last 35, 40 years. It's one of the most important games we've had.
Just to explain to our viewers, you are talking about the Europa League semi-final against Frankfurt.
Yes, I am. Yeah,
second leg.
And I know that we're here to talk about the Premiership, and I won't dwell on the Frankfurt game. But the thing is that the reason that David Moyes is my hero is that I'm 60 years old. I've been a West Ham fan for 56 years. And, without a doubt, this has got to be the best season I've ever experienced. And I'm also taking into consideration the FA Cup wins that we've had, and et cetera, et cetera.
And you would say, Clive, like if they told you this, that at the beginning of the season, if someone told you that this is where you would be saying something like this, because it's really hard to top the previous season. You did extremely well the previous season. If someone told you at the beginning of the season, this is where West Ham would be,
I'd have bitten their hand off. I definitely would have bitten their hand off with that, at the beginning of the season. Now, there's a lovely little phrase for you to explain. It's been an incredible season. And, my second hero of the week, will surprise a lot of people, is Mike Dean.
Okay.
For announcing his retirement. That makes him my hero.
Yeah, Clive, you have just repeated my hero of the week from 2 months ago. I said exactly the same name for exactly the same reason. Now we can discuss why later. Obviously, I think I know what you're referring to. Yeah. So first of all, you said he's my hero of the week, regardless of me having a joke about him. So I like the word regardless, which is used in English. It means like despite or in spite of, let's say, or although I have a joke about him, he is my hero of the week. He
Yeah.
is my hero of the week, despite me joking about him, for
Yeah.
example. Yeah, so there's a lovely, lovely little. Oh, it's not that little. It's quite a long word. Regardless, quite useful in the English language. And then, yeah, um, yeah. You said I would have bitten. I would have bitten.
I'd have bitten their hand off if they'd have
So,
told me that
yeah,
where we'd be at the
yeah.
end of the season.
Yeah. So you that means if you bite someone's hand off, it means you kind of accept the offer immediately. You don't
Yeah.
really think
Yeah.
about it.
No,
You
no
take it.
time to
You would have
fall.
taken it. You would have
Yeah.
taken it. Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
I would have bitten their hand off. So that's you used it when I asked you, what would you have said if someone had told you that's where you would be now at
Yeah.
the start of the season, and you said I would have bitten their hand off, meaning I would have taken it, obviously,
Instantly. Yeah. Yeah.
instantly, without hesitation. Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. I love this idiom. So, Noop, what about
It
you?
has to be. It has to be Arteta, Michael Arteta, for the way he has turned the things around. And
For being
I
an
like.
accomplished liar? No, no.
No, no, he's not. I still trust his process. And as you can see, like coming from two upsets versus Brighton and Southampton, I think, like, come on, if you lose against Brighton and Southampton, the confidence that you lose and then you bring it back with the results against Chelsea, United, and West Ham, I think it has to be a big achievement for Arsenal. We
Absolutely.
have had two away games and
Yeah.
one home game, and yeah, I think he
Big
has done a
teams, and we
fantastic
beat
job.
big teams. And I
He also,
include West Ham in that as well, with their
yeah, yeah,
current form.
definitely three big
Difficult
teams,
place to go to, like,
and
honestly.
all those three teams were basically our rivals for the same position. So yeah, I
Exactly.
think he has done an amazing job. And those minor changes that he made, taking off Lacazette, making Nketiah play more, and then a bit of Takehiro, and I think bringing in El Neni has done a great job. Yeah,
Yeah, no, honestly, I have to say he's been doing brilliantly, and kudos to you for sticking with him, even when I sometimes doubted him at the beginning of the season.
yeah.
I have to say, I did doubt him, but yeah, he's done brilliantly. So I think it's well deserved hero of the week. And my hero of the week, well, you are all probably holding your breath. Uh, Holding. His name is Rob Holding. Yeah, that's the joke.
Very good. Very good.
Rob has to be Rob Holding for scoring his first ever Premier League goal. It was a set piece, brilliant header from Saka, Bukayo Saka's corner kick. We will talk about set. We could talk about set pieces when we discuss the West Ham Arsenal game, but just to deal with this quickly, Rob Holding, my hero of the week. I think he deserved it, not just for that goal. The overall performance
Mhm.
was great,
Yeah.
especially considering he is a squad player. That's his role in the team. So fantastic performance from him. Now let's move on to our villains of the week, and I have to tell you, I'm struggling with this, but I think no, I've got my notes here. Clive, you're gonna laugh at this, yeah. All right. You're gonna laugh because I've just seen my notes, and guess who my villain of the week is?
Moyes,
I have no idea.
Mike Dean. Mike Dean.
okay.
Great.
I couldn't come up with anyone. I thought these were fantastic performances, fantastic results. I didn't notice anybody doing particularly badly. It was difficult. It was always difficult for Leeds to do anything against Manchester City. So I give it to Mike Dean because it's just a weird character for me. Not my favorite hero. Not my favorite referee. And there was an incident in the West Ham Arsenal game where basically Bowen had the ball and he ran with the ball, and there was a challenge from Aaron Ramsdale, which looked really, really ugly. And somehow, by miracle, somehow by miracle, Jareth Bowen managed to avoid that challenge by basically kind of skipping over the legs of Ramsdale. It was a rough challenge, one of those that could have been a career-ending challenge.
Yeah.
That's how ugly it looked. However, Ramsdale didn't touch him because Jareth Bowen he skipped over, and then Mike Dean gave Bowen a yellow card for diving. For me, it was a foul. Even though he didn't touch him, I think he can still blow the whistle, and it's a dangerous play, and it should have been a yellow card for Ramsdale, in my opinion. But let's ask you guys, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I agree with you. I really thought it was weird. Like when I saw the yellow card coming, I'm like, okay, yeah, Ramsdale. But then it was Bowen, and I just couldn't understand what just happened because it was never a diving challenge as well. So yeah,
well, it's hard to pin it down because it was a diving in sense that he really like he did everything to avoid that challenge and he didn't touch him. So I understand why Mike Dean thought, like at first glance, that it might have been a dive, but he should have taken a deep breath, like wait a few seconds and then make the right decision, because
maybe even check the VAR.
But the problem is, like, you can only check the VAR if it's like a red card. Yeah, if it's a red card challenge, which I don't think it was.
They seem to be checking the VAR for everything.
No, they can't. They can't.
They claim that they do.
No, they can't. No, they can't do it for a yellow card or for diving. It has to be in the box, or it has to be a red card offense. Either it's in the box for the penalties, or offside, or a red card offense. They can't check a foul. Like it would have to be a red card.
Do you believe that that Ramsdale should also have been carded, though? For intent.
Yeah, but I don't think it probably wasn't a red, because if you don't touch him, can it be red? Really, it should have been a yellow for Ramsdale.
Should be a yellow for intent.
In my humble opinion, and a free kick, which was a dangerous area as well. Like it wasn't in the box, but it was like kind of outside the box on the side. It could have been a dangerous set piece. So yes, it should have been given as a foul, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So there was a mistake from the referee. Honestly, I don't like it. It happens. Yeah, it's football. So Mike Dean is like, he's known for wanting to be in the spotlight. He always wants to be in the spotlight as a referee, which I think you shouldn't. I always compare it to being an English teacher. I'm an English teacher. Yeah. So if you are one of those teachers who always want to be like in the spotlight, you want to talk a lot. You are not actually doing your job properly, because you should be empowering your students. You should be making sure your students talk during your lessons. You should be making sure, sometimes I do this, I guess, but I hope I don't do it too much. But it's the same with the referee. The best referee has a respect and is fair.
The best referee is the referee you don't know is on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly like the referee that, if you'll excuse me, but the referee we had for the Lyon second leg when we went away to Lyon, that referee was so good that, a lot of the West Ham fans on, the group chats and on the YouTube channels and stuff, they were all asking, can we get him for the final, or can he be, assigned the final, because he is such a good referee. And, I have to say that was a fantastic refereeing display from him on that night. But, I agree with what you say. Mike Dean tends to hog the limelight too much. I think he feels it's about him and his decision.
Yeah. Like whenever he gives a red card, you can kind of feel as if he's kind of enjoying that moment, like indulging it, like savoring it, as if he was eating some delicious meal or something.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be doing that. You really shouldn't. Yeah. Right. So, villains of the week. So that was my villain of the
Yep.
week. Now, what are yours, guys? I had to get this out of the way. Yeah.
Go on, Ruth.
Okay, so I'll have to go with Ralph Ragnick, and it has to be because of the news that I heard about him. Like, I think it was the night of the game versus, I think, Arsenal's game, and that very evening I received there were these rumors. Okay, he accepted the manager role for the Austrian national team,
Yeah.
and then later he was denied, and then next morning I hear that okay, he has taken the role, and it just shows that he has lost the dressing room. And what is he even doing basically?
That's
Like,
not right, is it?
I don't think it was a professional move, in my opinion. I think he just, okay, I understand, like, it's a national team, but still, you have to understand, you take on Man United, you have to prioritize one thing. You cannot play with
It's,
national team and club at the same
yeah.
time.
It's one of the biggest clubs in the world with such rich
Exactly.
history. How mad
Such
must these
character.
guys like Gary Neville and Roy Keane? How
I'll
mad
tell you, I
must
was
they
really
be about
mad because, like, I see Man United as a rival, and I don't want my rival to go to such levels where, I don't see them as a rival. I want Man United to be on the same level as Arsenal. I want them to
so
fight as well. And
basically what you are saying is that you pity Manchester United fans these days.
yeah, I mean, I do, but then still, like, when
Yeah.
you look at it,
Some
Man United is the face of Premier League, and when someone like Ralph Ragnick does that to the face of Premier League, I mean, it's an insult. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
it was a
agree.
good thing.
I agree. The thing is, like, he's in a weird position because he's an interim manager, right? An
I mean,
interim
he's in a safe
manager.
position when you think of it. It's like no one accuses him because it's like, okay, yeah, he's an interim guy. He's an
It's his
interim guy. But then,
excuse, isn't it? It's his
yeah,
excuse.
but you have to understand, like, like two
It's not
wins in what,
professional.
7 or 8 games? 2 wins in 7 or 8 games with such quality in the squad. Something is
Uh,
wrong. He's also losing the dressing room, in my opinion.
the only thing that's good about United at the moment is that Ronaldo keeps scoring goals. He is
Exactly.
he is my captain in the fantasy league now.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like, I even fancy him tonight to score. He's still my captain. I only got 20 points. It's my worst score this season as a manager of the fantasy league club. So Ronaldo is the only one that can save me. I need a hat trick from him tonight. He's my captain, the last player that can score me some goals, points.
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't have any Man United players in my dream team, so or Brentford. So I got 43 points this week.
Yeah, well, so I think it's above average. Yeah, I got 20. It's like terrible. It's
I think the average was 35. Yeah, 35.
yeah. But what about your villain of the week, Clive?
You've already mentioned him. I'm afraid I have to say it's got to be Aaron Ramsdale. I mean,
Okay.
that challenge was reckless. It was dangerous.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary. I mean, why was he even out there? You know, I mean, a goalkeeper commands their box. I understand, and when there's a possibility of them making a challenge outside the box, I have no problem with that. He ran, a rate of knots with his studs in the air, and for me, there was intent to injure. I don't think that was his first fault. I think his intention obviously was to get the ball, but there was intent there, I believe, and therefore that has to be my villain of the week.
Yeah. Do you find that some goalkeepers tend to be like these mad characters? I think Pickford is another one. Like, you have this madness about them. Was Schmeichel like that a little bit as well? Peter Schmeichel.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a German goalkeeper playing for Arsenal. What was his name? He was
Lehmann?
also quite. What was his name?
Lehmann?
Lehmann.
Lehmann. Yeah,
Lehmann.
Jens Lehmann. He was also
Jens
a bit.
Lehmann.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Some
I think,
goalkeepers like.
I think that's like a requirement of being a goalkeeper. You've got to have, you've got to have a few screws loose in your brain.
The thing is, like, for example, look at Peter Cech. Yeah? He was like this just this football gentleman. So I'm not sure it's a requirement, but there are a lot of goalkeepers like that. You're right.
Yeah.
Um,
Petr Cech was an exception to the rule.
yeah,
He
he
was
was
an
like this,
exceptional goalkeeper. You know,
but also
um,
his kind of appearance and there was this
intimidating.
aura about him of this gentleman, football
Yeah,
gentleman.
even the
Yeah,
way he spoke. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
but
was a
an
bit different.
intimidating image. You know, such a big lad, and you know, and if he came running out at you, I would imagine that's quite an intimidating thing. You know, but an awesome goalkeeper. Awesome
Yeah,
goalkeeper.
yeah. Well, what would they give for him now, Chelsea, in their current state? Okay, you said that challenge was reckless. I want to take a look at the word reckless. Uh, Somehow, coincidentally, another word which ends with less. We had regardless, no reckless. Reckless is an adjective which means basically that you're doing something dangerous and you don't kind of worry about the risks
Yeah.
or possible results of your actions. Yeah, so it was a reckless challenge. Reckless is like a negative thing. If you are reckless, you're doing something dangerous. You shouldn't be reckless, right? And that's why he was awarded the Villain of the Week by Clive. And then I had something on the tip of there's something on the tip of my tongue. You used another good phrase. Do you remember it? No. You said something cool. I wanted to explain it. Oh, good. I lost it. Never mind. We will come back when I don't need it. Probably. Probably. Yeah. Okay. So so we have dealt with these little sections that we have in this show, and now I think it's time to discuss the Arsenal West Ham game. So let's start with you, Noop. Massive 3 points against the team that always sing West Ham are massive everywhere we go. West Ham are massive everywhere we go. So massive 3 points against this team,
yeah.
right?
I'm actually, yeah, definitely. I think the game was pretty equal in the first half, considering both the teams were just playing blunt football. No, none of them was scoring and losing the possession.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we made the best out of our corners, and luckily we
Yeah.
were able to. Our defenders were our strikers.
Yeah, no, our center backs, both of our center backs scored the
Yeah,
goals. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Rob
and
Holding
I
and
think,
Gabriel.
and
Yeah.
I think
Well,
both of
our
them were
second
fantastic
highest
goals.
scorer is our centre back.
Come again?
West Ham's second highest goal scorer this season is a centre back.
Who is this?
Craig Dawson.
Oh, Dawson. How many
Dawson,
goals did he score?
Balan Dawson. I think he's got about 7 or 8 now.
Nah, come on.
I'll tell you what, I'll Google it.
Yeah, it can't be 7. I know he scored. Yeah, he has got about 3, I think. He's got about 3.
No, he's had more than that. He's had more than that.
Let's check. I would bet.
Yeah.
I would actually bet on this that
How
he
many
has.
goals has Craig Dawson scored this season? He's had 2 UEFA Europa League and 2 Premier League, so it's 4.
Yeah,
But,
that's what I thought. Yeah.
He's been fantastic. You know,
No, he's excellent now. I agree.
Yeah, since he's been with us, he's had 19 goals.
Yeah, no, I remember him scoring a lot of goals last season, but yeah, I know this season because the thing is, like, he didn't even play in the first half of the season, so he only started playing now, really, like regularly, right?
Yeah. I mean, more or less since January, really. To be fair.
Well, because there were too many injuries in the team, right? So let's go back to Arsenal. So 3 points for Arsenal, which are crucial, right, for the top 4 finish. Obviously, Arsenal are in a position that they want to clinch that Champions League spot. 4th place guarantees Champions League in England, as we know. So the biggest rivals, Tottenham, coincidentally happen to be the biggest. So we are going basically head to head with Tottenham, right?
Yeah.
North London rivals.
Yeah, which makes it cool. And there is going to be the I can't say this, the North London Derby soon, and
Yes.
that's going to be a 6-pointer. Would you agree, Noop?
Yeah, I would like it to be a 6-pointer, but I don't know. Like looking at Arsenal's performance, the defense since our back four has been shaken a bit due to lack of Tomiyasu, lack of Tierney, and right now lack of Ben White. I don't know, and also our goalkeeper hasn't been at his best. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like a 6-pointer, but I would go for a 4.
No. A 6-pointer. That's like a phrase. When you say a game is a 6-pointer, that means it's like a game that means a lot. That will decide
Oh,
because if you win, that means the other team loses. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's a phrase. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
If
thought
you
you
It
meant
means
for
claim the
like it's
the
gonna
3
be
next
an
two
points, and they
important
weeks.
lose
game.
3 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I thought you just meant for the next two weeks. For the next
No,
2 weeks,
no,
because you have two
No.
games.
It's a phrase. I'm gonna write it down. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like this. This
I
game
remember
is
we
gonna be a
covered
six
this one
pointer.
on. Yeah,
Yep.
we
There
covered this
you
on
go.
the previous show I was on as well, didn't we?
Pardon?
I think we covered this with on a previous show that I did
Yeah,
with you.
I'm sure I've talked about this before. Yeah. Basically, you win, your opponent loses, and it's a direct rival for that
I
spot.
see.
So
Yeah.
imagine. So for example, when City played Liverpool, yeah,
Yeah.
it ended in a 2-2 draw, but that was a
Yeah.
6-pointer because imagine either of the team had won. What would it actually mean for the league
Yeah.
for the title um, um,
Yeah.
prospect?
Effectively, I
Like,
mean, it kind of means that if one team gained 3 points, the other team
And
lose
another
3
one losing
points.
3 points.
yeah,
So it kind of adds to 6, even though there is only 3 points available.
yeah,
It kind of adds up to 6 because, let's just say for argument's sake that Arsenal win the London Derby.
yep,
They would take the 3 points. Tottenham would lose the 3 points, and they would
exactly.
never be able to get those 3 points back
No,
in any way, shape, or form. So that's another 3 points gone for them, and plus the 3 points they'd already given to Arsenal for the loss. So it kind of feels like you lose 6 points on the day, and that is just, it's really just like a slang phrase that has taken on meaning in many forms, really. Not just in football.
exactly. Yeah. So basically, what I was trying to say is that it's going to be a crucial match because imagine Arsenal win this, Noob, then they will be, I think, 4 points clear of Tottenham, and it's
Yeah.
not just that; it will be a massive psychological blow to Tottenham losing the North London derby. Equally, if Spurs win, God forbid, that would be a disaster for Arsenal. You lose momentum and confidence would be shaken and all that,
Yeah.
So West Ham. Now, I think it's a bit different for West Ham because West Ham are still fighting in Europe, in the Europa League. So you're fighting on two fronts. And I think, correct me if I am wrong, Clive, but I think West Ham favor the Europa League right now. They have to.
That is probably the general consensus of opinion, I would think. But I mean, personally, I think we should be fighting for every game, regardless of what competition it is. I think that, you need to go out there with the intent to win every time. Yeah. Having said that, now that we are so close to the Europa League final, I mean, we're one game away from being in a major European final for the first time in 47 years or 41 years or something. Yeah. It's the first time, and it's so important to the morale of the club. Other than look, let's ignore the money that it will generate. Let's ignore the stature that the club will receive from the onlooking public. It's about the stability within the club, and that's really, really important. And David Moyes has, produced so much stability within the club. We believe that we can achieve. And, as a fan base, we've bought into that. Yeah. And the fact that we are one game away from the final gives us all goosebumps, if you like. It kind of, it's a dream come true for us, although we've always felt that we're capable of challenging for these kinds of competitions. We've never really done it. But with the management and coaching staff that are behind the guys that are out on the field, driving forward, consistently driving forward, I think, at this moment in time, you're probably right. We probably are favouring the Europa League right now. I've heard many diehard fans saying about yesterday's game against Arsenal, it doesn't matter. It's not important to us. We've done the hard work at the beginning of the season. We're not going to drop down the table if we lose to Arsenal. It's not so important. I don't subscribe to that train of thought myself. But
I have to tell you, I agree with you. But if you look at it pragmatically, objectively, realistically, it is the right thing to do. It is, and it was the right thing to do for David Moyes to rest some key players. He did the same thing the week before in the game the week before when he rested Declan Rice. I think he rested Antonio. In this Arsenal game, he rested Antonio again. Now he also rested Tomáš Souček. So I think it's the right thing to do. It's logical because it's not only about that Champions League. There is a Champions League football like on the table, but it's not only that. It's the fact. Imagine winning that trophy. It's a major European trophy. It would be such a huge achievement, and it's so close. I know you lost 1-0 at home. That was an unlucky match, but I don't think. Okay, you could say that maybe Frankfurt. It might have tipped the scales a little bit. Maybe they are the favorites now, but not for me. I think West Ham are not out of it. I think that if they put in
half-time,
if they show their best, I think Frankfurt stand no chance. But that's just my personal opinion.
I mean, the thing is, Janet, we've had a really good record away in this competition. We've lost one game away, and that was against Seville, the favourites of the competition. We then went back and beat them and knocked them out of the competition. We then played Lyon, who were the second favourites in the competition. We got a draw at home, and we went away with, I would say, probably 80% of football fans giving us no chance.
I know.
Absolutely no chance. And we went out there and we won 3-0. Okay, we were lucky it was only 3-0 and not 3-1 because in the first 2 minutes they hit the post and Areola didn't get down to it. And it could quite easily have sneaked inside the post and given them the opening goal of the game. However, I've said this on a couple of other shows that I've been on. I believe that on that night, the night that we were in Lyon, I don't believe that there were a club team in the world that would have beaten us that night. I really don't believe there would have been.
It was the best performance of the season. Yeah, I agree. I remember watching that game. It was they had absolutely zero chance against us. West Ham bullied them. Like it was incredible. So just going back to what you said, as a fan base, we bought into that. I think you were referring to David Moyes and the club culture.
He brought on the club,
Yeah, you talked about David Moyes and what he brought to the club, and we bought into that. If you buy into something, it means you kind of start believing some ideas. You start believing in the ideas, And then he also said, and the fact we are in the final gives us goosebumps. Is that like something that happens on your? Hang on, where's the camera here? Like your.
Yeah, you get like a cold sensation, you get all those tiny little bumps on your skin.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
Yeah.
exactly. So called sensation, but we use this to basically as an idiom to mean we are really excited about something. You're really excited. You can't wait for this
It's
to
like
happen.
a description of euphoria.
Exactly. Right. There is a good chance that we could be describing euphoria at the Emirates Stadium soon, Nope. All that needs to happen is to get that that coveted fourth spot. Although also there is now Chelsea. Chelsea are not looking very good at the moment. Do you think, Noop? Because they lost to Everton. I know Everton are fighting for their life, but losing at home, no, not at home, away from home to Everton, do you think Chelsea are playing with fire?
Uh, I have no idea what's going on at Chelsea, honestly. It's just mixed feelings, like they play good, but at the same time, they don't play good.
Mm.
And the Everton score, when I saw the result, I was really shocked because it felt like, I don't know, Chelsea have some sort of agenda towards Frank Lampard. Maybe they wanted him to gift. Maybe they were so confident that okay, we are in third position, we have Champions League secure, we have nothing to play for,
But they
and
don't. My point is they don't have Champions League secured because they Arsenal are only 3 points below Chelsea now.
no, I'm saying like right before Everton, and
Oh,
then
right.
they
Yeah.
just give points to Frank Lampard. So I don't know what is Chelsea up to, but I think Chelsea, they do have difficult games coming up when you have Wolves and Leeds. Because when you look at it, Wolves have been having a poor spell for a long time, and
Thankfully
Leeds,
for
they
us.
are fighting for the relegation battle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Chelsea. I don't know.
I
Maybe
think
maybe they
they
might
will
play
just
well.
about make it, in my opinion.
I
But
think so. Yeah.
I think they might be playing with fire because think about it in this kind of way. Both Arsenal and Tottenham have momentum now. Yeah, have the momentum. So it's like Arsenal started winning. Tottenham had a poor spell, but now they seem to be back again, firing on all cylinders. Yeah. So uh, I don't know. Like I still think Chelsea will make it, but Arsenal could get past them easily. Like it could happen.
We did have chances. I wished we had drawn those two games versus Crystal Palace and Brighton, and we would be 1 point behind Chelsea. And I think that would have been an amazing position for us
Yeah. I think,
because we are three
with
points
everything
behind. Yeah.
that's been happening in behind the scenes at the club, what with the the war in Ukraine, etc. I think that's got to have had some kind of adverse effect on the whole club.
Yeah. Yeah.
And including the players. As professional as they are, it can't be easy for them.
No.
In your own field, if you come across something that is constantly on your mind and constantly in the press or whatever, and you're constantly being reminded of this negativity,
Yeah.
it's got to be poisonous to you, surely.
For example, when people say you have to speak English like a native speaker, and everybody puts on an ad in their social media, and then I have to find my own clients as an English teacher. You see, that's killing me. Speak English like a native. Just this narrative. You should have just have excellent teachers. You should just hire teachers that can impact your life, that can change your life, that can bring those results you need. Anyway, don't get me started on that. But you are absolutely right. That is it's toxic for Chelsea, and
It must be,
yeah.
and I'm not a Chelsea fan, and to be fair, I'd like to see Chelsea down in League One, if I'm honest with you, but only because they're not playing well, not because of a government sanction or.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I believe that the club has a very rich and wonderful history. They've had some great players in the past, and they've had some great players recently. And the Football League would not be the same without them.
Yeah.
Let's say that. But I do believe that this has got to have been as you say, toxic for them.
To be honest, like I've already discussed this. Like we had Marvin. Marvin is a Chelsea fan. Obviously, I understand how he feels now. I also like understand he might feel that it's unfair, but from my point of it's we're gonna get political again. But what could you have done? What else could you have done? You know, that's the problem. I don't want to go into that again. Like I just feel, in my opinion, it was inevitable what happened. Yeah. I like this from Noop. Yeah. Noop, you were talking about Arsenal. Who else would you be talking about? Yeah. So you said, I wish we had drawn those two games against Palace and Brighton. So we lost both these games. Oh, there's a cat here. I have got a cat here in my room. I open I because I opened the door and
is it
the
one
window.
of your cats?
No, it's not mine. It's my neighbor's cat.
Oh, yeah.
My neighbor has like a lot of cats, and they kind of became friendly with me. I do like them, but yeah, they might have ticks. I don't like if they like spend here too much time, because they might have ticks. The grass started growing and all that. Anyway, going back to this, I wish we had drawn those two games against Palace and Brighton. Yeah. So Noop, let's explain what's this wish. We are talking about wish clauses. So if you want to talk about your wish about the past, yeah, something you wish that had happened in this case, you have to use past perfect tense. You have to use had plus the third form of the verb, which is called past participle. So I wish we had done this. I wish I had. So if you're talking about your regrets, basically, yeah, you're talking about your regrets, you can use this structure in English. I wish, for example, you could say, I wish I had trained harder when I was a young boy. I might have become a great football player. Yeah. So I wish. So something you can't change. Yeah. Something you can no longer affect. So you can talk about it in this kind of way. So nice wish clause about the past. Right. We have got an opinion from Max. Max is a member of the Achievers Chamber Discord group that I run. It's a Discord group for English learners. It's a subscription Discord group, and Max is from Russia. Yeah, so Russian clubs have been banned from European football. It serves them right, doesn't it? What do you think, guys? So I know Max is Russian, but he's not on Putin's side, and I respect it about Max, because it's not easy. It's not easy, you know. It's not easy being Russian right now. I've got some friends, I've got some friends, other friends, not just Max, that I know how they feel now. It's terrible. They feel terrible because it's not their fault, you know.
No.
What's happening?
And they're not responsible for anything that Vladimir Putin has decided to do.
It's difficult because the problem is that someone must have voted for him at first, but it's like you are kind of responsible, but not directly. Yeah? So it's a terrible situation to be in, and I've already expressed my opinion. So for me, it's inevitable. For me, what's the alternative? I don't think you can do anything else. I think this is the right thing to do. Let's ask you guys. So what do you think?
Go on, then.
Yeah, I don't think it serves them right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's football and it's a game, and it's about sportsmanship. It's about connecting humans, connecting humanity from different countries and cultures. And when you look at this point of view, I don't think it serves them right. But yeah, like you say, such things are backed up by political bodies and powerful structures. And well, I guess indirectly, it serves them right, but then I don't like it. I wouldn't.
I don't like it either, but what can you do? And anyway, Clive, what's your view?
Well, again, I agree. I don't believe that it serves the clubs right. I mean, I don't believe that the club should have been sanctioned so heavily. Okay, there must be a way of preventing financial benefits going to the political side of things. But look, the game of football has always been contentious at best. With the rules and the interpretation of the rules and stuff like that. But with this scenario, this is a unique scenario that we're actually facing right now. During World War II, all sports were cancelled. Major sporting events were cancelled because obviously there was a risk of death. And who wants at that time? I mean, West Ham were probably having somewhere in the region of 60 to 70,000 people in the stadium standing up during the 40s. There was just no crowd control or anything, and people were packing in. I mean, I've seen, I've heard rumours of 60,000 people in the stadium. But with the Russian scenario, it's a very different point of fact, because the world has moved on a lot since the 1940s. I mean, technology and the law and so on and so forth. And we no longer tolerate bullying and dominance in that respect, and therefore, I think that, without sounding too political, I think it's a failing of the system if the clubs are suffering as a result of a political decision. And that's a failing of the system somewhere between the political side and the football governing bodies. There's a failing there somewhere, and it saddens me. It saddens me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I respect your views, guys. Very well said. Thank you very much for that, and thank you for your question, Max. So, if any of you are interested in joining the Discord group that I talked about, some of you might be football fans. We do have one regular event which I host every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Central European Time, and we just discuss football. Yeah, so you can talk to me and Max. Max is always there, and others about the Premier League or any other leagues, any other major leagues. Actually, I think it's a great place to improve your English if you're into football. Okay, so what else do we have time for, guys? So we have more or less covered the Arsenal West Ham game. The title challenge. So we have got two teams which are head and shoulders above. That's the phrase, right? Head and shoulders above everyone else. Yeah, it's just there's just no way like anyone else is able to catch them this season. It's just incredible, and it shows. Like in all matches they play, it shows they are just so much better. Yeah. Liverpool, Manchester City. Yeah. There's only 1 point difference. I believe Manchester City are 1 point above Liverpool. Yep. And now we are in the situation when both teams, they just keep winning. They just keep getting 3 points everywhere they go. So do you think any of these two teams will drop points? Because if not, then at the end of the season, Manchester City will be crowned the champions. So do you think any of these teams will drop points?
No. I actually do believe that Man City will drop points.
Okay.
I'm not, I'm not a gambling man, but I wouldn't mind betting that, Liverpool will lift the title again this season. I mean, they're just so well drilled and so tenacious. That's the word. They're very, very tenacious. And I'm not knocking Man City because they're a fantastic outfit, but I just think that Liverpool just have it in abundance this season. I think they're just standout performers for me. I like watching Man City, but not as much as I like watching Liverpool. I find the game a lot more incentive. Yeah, there's more intense play. I just really enjoy watching them at the moment, and that's really rare for me because I can never forgive them for the 2006 Cup final. So to me, they're another one of the teams that I don't want to know about. But you can't avoid watching them at the moment. They're just so good.
Yeah, it's if you are a football fan, even if you are a neutral, it's just incredible watching these games. You said Manchester City are so tenacious. I like the word tenacious. It basically means unwilling to accept defeat. It just determined and basically dogged. Just they will go for it. They something like that.
They won't allow anything to stand in their way, kind of thing.
Exactly. Nothing will stand in their way. Noop, where do you stand on this?
It really depends, actually. At the moment, I think City still has the chance to win this, but then again, you have tomorrow. You have UEFA Champions League semi-final second leg on Wednesday, and I think both of the teams they are. I think Liverpool they are through, but still, Liverpool still has Chelsea to face for FA Cup final. So I think both the teams have some sort of hurdles coming up. But if you look at just Premier League perspective, I think City has more difficult, as I think tougher fixtures than Liverpool. I think they face West Ham, Aston Villa, Wolves, Newcastle. But then again, it's City and it's Pep Guardiola, so you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, guys, again, like we normally cover the Premier League here, yeah. But these days, I also watch the Champions League because you can't help it. It's quite exciting, those matches. I have to say that I think the last time I saw such an amazing game that was before this one. That was like in 2019. Manchester City, Real Madrid, 4-3. What a game that was! What a game! Manchester City were amazing. It was incredible, like how many chances they had, and absolutely amazing. Real Madrid showed their quality, and they are not out of it. But I honestly, on paper, for me, City are massive favorites for the tie. So I just want to say that they're a well-oiled machine, and I actually kind of fancy Liverpool. I like Liverpool over more than City, but I am afraid it's not going to be easy. I think it could end in any way, because you've got so much to play for now, right? It's not just it's the champions. So there might be the Champions League final, Liverpool, Manchester City. Then you've got the FA Cup final, same.
Liverpool.
No. FA Cup final.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Chelsea versus?
Liverpool.
Yes. Sorry.
City were out.
Oh, so City are out. Yeah,
I mean Liverpool defeated them, right?
No, you're right. Yeah. Because Liverpool are still in for the quadruple, whereas City can only get triple. Yeah, got it.
Exactly. So the pressure is more on Liverpool.
Yeah.
At the moment. Yeah.
And that's why I fancy them, because the pressure is on them, and they thrive under pressure.
Yeah. Max says he bets on. So AWL, is that? I know Max is a Liverpool fan, so I believe that's like what's AWL? What's that? I think he's talking about Liverpool because he's a Liverpool fan, and the question was, who do you fancy, Liverpool or Manchester City? So I think he's standing by his club, which wouldn't surprise me. So let us know what AWL means, Max. Yeah. All right. And let's quickly touch upon the relegation battle, which I believe is getting really interesting as well.
Yeah.
And we have had on this show, two fans of two clubs that are in the relegation. Oh, it's talking about Aston Villa. Aston Villa is spelled with a V, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Aston Villa. All right. You mean beating City or Liverpool? I
Yeah, I
don't.
think on the final day.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
I get it. Aston Villa, of course. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Where was I? Oh, talking about the relegation battle. So we have had Stee, on this podcast, which is who is Paul's cousin, I believe, and Stee supports Everton. Yeah.
Okay.
So Everton got massive 3 points. They beat Chelsea. We've already discussed that, and I think it's an amazing achievement, especially because the day before Burnley won their game against Watford. That's the game I watched. Incredible turnaround. They were 1-0 down, and then within 5 minutes they turned it around. It was like in the 80th minute, in the 90th minute, something like that. So fantastic turnaround, and nobody thought that sacking their manager Sean Dyche, right, would was a good idea. And then it was, because since the new manager joined the club, they got they lost 2 points only. So out of 4 matches, they got 11 points or 10 points. 10 points out of 10 points out of 4 matches for a relegation team. Wow, excellent, right? So Burnley look good now. Everton beating
Chelsea.
beating Chelsea. Okay, I think they are in it. Frank Lampard is doing a good job after agent Rafa Benitez had been sacked. And now it looks like, and I'm sorry to say that, because I've got obviously we've got friend Pam, who has been on this show a few times as well. Pam, a Leeds fan. So it looks like Leeds, for me, right now, they look the weakest club. Fortunately for them, they have more points, I guess, than the other 2 teams. But I think it's... Oh, is it the same number of points? Let me check.
Minimum.
Okay.
Everton has 1 game to go.
Oh, right. So Burnley 34, Leeds 34, but Burnley have a better goal difference, I believe. Leeds have a terrible goal difference, minus 34. Oh my God. And
I think Leeds are going down.
Everton 1 game in hand and 2 points below them. So I think Leeds don't have the momentum right now. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's your opinion?
I think as well. I mean, the thing is, Leeds are a team with attacking football, and they tend to concede, and which is what I think they shouldn't be doing, because they face Arsenal and Chelsea and Brighton next, and yeah, it's gonna go down, unfortunately, from my point of view.
Yeah,
I think Leeds are going down,
and it's a shame. I like Leeds.
Yeah,
I like the first half of the game against City. The fans, the atmosphere was electric. They are just such
it
good
was at the
fans.
London Stadium for both the FA Cup game and then the following week for the league game. I went to both games, and the atmosphere was fantastic, incredible. And the Leeds fans helped to create that atmosphere. In fact, they were a major part of the atmosphere. So yeah, it'd be a shame to see them go. I mean, it's been confirmed that Norwich are already gone on, isn't it?
yeah.
Norwich are down, and Watford have to win all their matches. They have to win all their matches. They are almost done too. So
Watford are only on 22 points though.
Yeah, they can't make it. They can only make it mathematically.
To get above Everton. They need 10 points to get above Everton.
The commentators were saying that they have to win all their matches to... Yeah, they have 10 points. Yeah, come on. They are on 22 points. Everton has 32. So it's impossible. It's Watford are out. So it's
14 points short of being safe.
Who?
As it stands.
Who is that?
They need 14 points to guarantee safety.
Yeah, but they also need other teams to lose their matches. So
Yeah, but they're not going to get 14 points out of 4 games.
Are they relegated already?
I would say so.
Okay.
I would say so. I don't
Okay.
think they can do it mathematically. They're only 1 point above
No,
Norwich.
they can, because hang on. They can because they need to get to the 17th place. Yeah. So Leeds has 34 points.
Oh,
Yeah.
they need 13 points then, and Leeds not to
No,
get enough.
no, they have better goal difference than Leeds, so they only need 12
Oh, yeah.
points. 12 points, so they can, if they win all their matches and everyone else loses. Oh, come on!
It's not going to happen, is it? So it's
No.
really, I mean, the relegation battle really is now Burnley, Leeds, and Everton.
Yeah,
it's one of those three teams that are going to join Watford and Norwich. And it's really unfortunate because I really like Leeds, and I've got a few subscribers to my channel that are Leeds fans, and one of them or two of them have their own YouTube channel as well called the Disabled Team. And they're really good guys, really, really, really good guys. I've become quite good friends with them over the last few months. And it's lovely to chat with them about the Premiership games and stuff. And it's gonna change that dynamic for me. Do you know what I mean? If Leeds go down, these guests that come into my channel are going to be playing Championship football, and it's.
But it's not over. It's not over, Clive. I think it's anything can happen. Yeah, like
I'm talking about a worst case scenario for Leeds.
There's still between three teams, so only one of them will go down, right?
And out of the three teams, Leeds are the one that I want to survive. I don't care if Burnley or Everton go down.
Me too. But
yeah.
Okay.
Everton have never been out of the top flight since I think 1954. They've never been relegated since 1954. Before my lifetime, So, and I'm an old un, I'm a real old un. So, I don't really care too much for Everton. I don't really care too much for Burnley. But Leeds, I've kind of got friends that support Leeds now, and it now will hurt if Leeds go.
I
it will hurt.
Yeah, the same for Everton. The thing is, like Burnley, Burnley, let's say, are the least well-known club out of these three. Yeah, you could argue, but we have to say that they have a lot of experience with these relegation fights. And that could be the difference maker. Yeah.
2 years ago, they were in the same kind of fight with us.
Exactly. They know what to do. So that's why suddenly they started playing so well. It's incredible. One more thing to explain, and then I think we will wrap it up, guys. Yeah. So, Clive, you said the relegation battle is now Burnley, Leeds, and Everton. So. I don't always explain pronunciation here, but I love teaching pronunciation. It's one of my favorite things to do when it comes to teaching. And a lot of people in the UK make this sound, which some students or learners of English may not have heard about or may not have learned at school. And that's it's called Glottal Stop. So Clive said the relegation battle is now Burnley, Leeds, and Everton. So basically, the BBC, the Queen's English is battle, but a lot of people say battle. So the sound is you make it kind of with your throat. You make it down here. Battle. Nrup, we have talked about this in the past. We have, when you visited me. Remember, you visited me a few times in real life, and we had a few beers, and then we started speaking English to each other using as many glottal stops as we could. We kind of did a challenge. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. Every time we would play board games, we would do such.
So see you later, and give me some butter, and that's butter. So yeah, I love this sound. Yeah. Okay. So Nrup, Nope. Thank you very much for featuring
Yeah.
Clive. Thanks a lot for coming
Thank
on.
you for the invitation.
Yeah, you guys are always welcome. You make this show a much better show than it is. So thanks for that, and yeah, all the best. Good luck to both your and my teams. Um, West
Yeah,
Ham, an important game against Frankfurt on Thursday.
yeah,
Arsenal, they need to get that top four finish. So that's all that matters right now,
yeah.
football
Yeah, and
wise.
I'd be actually quite happy for Tottenham to go below you guys and for you guys to get fourth. You know, I actually would be happier about that. You know, I mean, obviously, you're another London rival, and you know, there's going to be the rivalry there, etc., etc. But you know, given the choice between yourselves and Tottenham, I think I'm going to go with the red side. You know,
Clive, I believe that when you ask an Arsenal fan as well as West Ham fan who their most hated club or most hated rival is, both fans are going to name the same team. Am
yeah,
I right about this?
yeah, you are. I mean, a lot of diehard West Ham fans would say, "Oh, you know, it's Millwall," but you know, they're not challenging us. They're not anywhere near us. I mean, there's a good chance they might come up from the Championship this year. In which case, watch out next season because there's going to be two games that are going to be not just on the sports channels, but they'll be on the news channels as well.
Uh, don't Millwall have a reputation for like hooligans or something like that, Noop?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like
I have no idea.
going back in
I think
time,
so. I think so.
West Ham and Millwall were the biggest rivals off the field. You know, it was never about the on-field battle. Sorry, there goes that funny sound again. But it was always about what was happening on the terraces and outside of the stadium. And there was a massive reputation going around for both clubs. They both claimed and, acted like hooligans, So, we've kind of tried to lose that reputation over the last few years. And I thought we'd done that quite successfully until the Frankfurt fans in Lyon hunted out the West Ham fans to cause problems. I mean, they marched down the street hundreds strong to look for West Ham fans. And in the British press, it was all about how the West Ham fans retaliated. But it wasn't, the word retaliation was never put into any of the, the reports. It was all about West Ham hooligans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the videos on YouTube and stuff show the West Ham fans in a pub and all of the Frankfurt fans coming to them.
That's social media for you, yeah. So
yeah,
I love British and English fans. I mean, there is no comparison in my opinion, because like here in the Czech Republic, a lot of fans are like racist, and not all of them, but it bothers me. It's not, and then you have got people who are decent people and who don't want to go to these matches because they know they don't want to go there with their families, with their kids, because they know what kind of people go to these matches. So that's the problem we have here in the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
And it's not all like bad. Yeah, it's just a few idiots, but unfortunately they give the league or the country a bad name. They just that's what's happening here.
We've got a saying in England that it's one bad apple can spoil the whole barrel. You put one bad apple into a barrel with a lot of good apples, and eventually that one bad apple is going to make all the rest of them rotten.
Yeah. Well, there were also problems with the euro, obviously, with the fans in England. But I still think the vast majority of English fans are great. Anyway, one of them is you, obviously, Clive. Noop.
Thank you.
One more thing, and then we really have to go because I want you to talk as well. How is your cricket? Because I know you play cricket. Yeah, you something was supposed to happen, and you told me once that you can't because you're playing a cricket match. I don't know what it was, but You turned me
Yeah.
down. So how is your
Yeah, I
cricket
think
team doing?
probably. The thing was, I missed this week's game because of my asthma and allergy issues. But yeah, I mean, it's going pretty well. I mean, yeah, we did lose one game as I play for the second division. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, there are three divisions in total, and
All
I play
right.
for a district in Prague called Vinohrady, which is the biggest district in Prague. And yeah, I go there every Tuesdays for the practice, and on weekdays I usually have the
Yeah.
division games.
Um,
So at the moment we have a shorter format, and it's going pretty well.
I'm
I
sure.
like
I'm
the
sure they're.
atmosphere.
I'm sure they're happy to have you there because obviously you being
Yeah,
from India, India is a massive cricket country. Yeah.
yeah.
So
You
I
won't
believe
believe
cricket
that.
is more popular than football, obviously. So
Yeah, more or less. Yeah,
must be. Come on.
yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, guys, once again, thank you very much for featuring tonight, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. And you guys, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe, and share our show with your friends. Thanks, everyone, and bye.
Bye bye.